Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks, Drinks for Gamers and Eldridge Air Conditioning. Round 9, race 2 here at Trial Mountain is next up, and well, coming to the closing stages of this Porsche Championship. 2 more races, including this one, left. So another 14 lapper here, and then the last 50-minute endurance race down there in France, or over there in France, I should say. And well, it's been a cracking and a great championship so far, this Porsche Cup. Hopefully it will continue to the end. Great first race as well around here. So let's go through this grid heading into this second race. So Brian the Mechanic is leading them off up front with Stealth in second, Seamus in third, Brian Moncani in fourth, Sideways George fifth, Hodgie in sixth, Rossi seventh, Slowpoke eighth, Brownie in ninth, Love Rocket Rods in 10th, Dyson in 11th, Paul in 12th, Motorstorm Hero 13th, Niddle 14th, and Ninky in 15th. We go then. So Brian the Mechanic takes them off, green lights, and away we go up to this first turn. Stealth, Seamus, Brian, see how they get all through here. Okay, over that bridge. Looks like everyone's through nicely. There they are. Is that Seamus having a look at Brian, or is that Brian having a look at Seamus? I think it might have been Brian having a look at Seamus, actually. He did go up the inside of him through the tunnel. So up to third goes Brian Moncani. Now he'll be looking for a slightly better race this time round. He started on the hard tyres here, or the hard compound here, so getting him out of the way nice and early. But he will be hoping. He had a bit of a mixed bag in that race one, didn't he? With picking up a few penalties, which ruined his race, really. Also had a couple of moments as well off track, so we're looking to better that in this one as Seamus now lines him up. Seamus on the medium tyres, surely going to have a go down here on this long wide left-hander. Up the inside goes Seamus. You can use all of that road there, easy pass in the end. Seamus up to third, Brian back down to fourth place. Then up we've got Hodgie fifth, followed by his teammate Rossi in sixth. Over the two who both didn't have the best race either in race one. I think they both had some issues or some incidents somewhere. Didn't see it on camera, but we're there at the back of the field come the end. Slowpoke in seventh. A good race one. Dyson already up to eighth, and we've got a yellow flag. And what's the yellow flag for? Why have we got a yellow flag? That's what I want to know. Can't see anything obvious, although having said that, there's someone at the back there. Who was that? There's a lot of... oh, it's Brian the Mechanic, isn't he? He was leading it as well. Let's go back because I completely missed it. Oh, there he goes. Wow, where was that then? That's... ah, that is around the tricky little chicane at the end there. Let's have a look then. We pick it up. As I say, he was in the lead from the front of the field here. He's on the hard tyre. He's going to give it too much, and it's going to go round on him. And yeah, that's a weird one, that. But anyway, loses the position and loses the lead. Stealth takes that up. So Stealth now leading. At least he's not in 12th. It's pretty easy to say first, isn't it? Stealth in second. Brian now to third. Hodgie fourth. Rossi fifth. Then we've got Slowpoke sixth. Picking up a bit of another place there because of... well, everyone's making up a place, aren't they? Because of Brian going off. Dyson up to seventh. We'll also be looking for a better race here. Already taking Slowpoke up the inside, and Slowpoke's going to fight back though, and he's going to have another go. He's on the outside now for this right-hander, so Slowpoke's going to have to give that place to Dyson. Rossi going a bit wide there as well. Slowpoke and Paul, the two teammates now together on track, and yeah, as I say, Dyson looking to have a slightly better race. He was looking comfortable, wasn't he, in race one, then had a moment and turn two up over the ridge. Kind of ruined his race from that point. Two mates then coming up and under the tunnel. Oh, Niggle, 3-second penalty. Where'd you get a 3-second penalty from Niggle? That's a... Wow. Not sure where you get a 3-second penalty other than cutting the pit lane entrance or exit, but he wouldn't have come in the pits already, I don't think, or maybe he has. He couldn't have, because we've got to run at least 2 laps on the hard. If he is on the hard, that is. Let's have a look. He's on the hards, but he hasn't been in, so God knows where you get a 3-second penalty. Just 2 laps in as Slowpoke now looking to get past Rossi, though he's just going to wait for his teammate to get past. Paul's lining him up around the outside, so he's on the inside coming round to this next right-hander. Yep, easily done, and lots of room given by his teammate Slowpoke. So now Slowpoke will sit behind Paul, try and get a bit of a draft in here up to turn 1. He does get that draft. He's not going to go for it through there. Maybe had it not been your teammate, you might have. But we got another yellow flag, and now who's that? Oh, it's Stealth. Stealth is from the lead, so the 2 leaders who's been leading this race now dropped out from the lead. In fact, he was banned 3rd, wasn't he? And he's going to lose it. Oh, that's unusual. Just lost it on turn 1. Just went a bit wide, trying to correct his steering. Car didn't like it and brought him round, and dropping all the way back down to, well, what will be 14th if Brian the Mechanic has a go at him as well. He stays in 13th, so from 3rd to 13th, 10 spots lost from Stealth there, from 1 off ahead of him though. Motorstorm Hero, 12th place, another one like Dyson, who and we've got another yellow flag. And who's this time? Oh, it's Seamus this time. Oh, and there's lots of cars going off here. 3 laps into this race. Oh, that's well, he done it in race 1, didn't he? Went out very wide. He didn't actually lose it on that instance, but went very wide into all that dirty stuff out there, and I'll get the car going, and he drops down to 13th, so behind Stealth after his moments. The 2 that had moments are now getting back up to speed, but yeah, he did it in race 1, Seamus, and caught it that in on that occasion, but not on this occasion. So back at the front then, what that does mean is Brian Mulcahy now takes up that lead, and oh, surely not another one from the front's going to lose it. Well, he's going to lose it, although not badly, but he's going to lose the spot, and Dyson's going to say thank you very much, or does he? Brian fighting back, so Brian's not having any of that. But that's 3 times our leaders have actually lost the lead in the space of 3 laps. So a little bit messy, isn't it? It must be the tyres that they're not quite gripping. It's a little bit later in the day, so track temperature isn't as high as what it would have been during the day, although race 1 was early morning, so that was just as it wasn't steaming hot either. But anyway, Brian's still in the lead, Dyson 2nd, Hodgie 3rd. Hodgie's looking strong here in race 2. And his teammate also Rossi in 4th is looking good in 4th as well. Dyson having another look at Brian, this time up the inside through the tunnel. Tighter line from Dyson, that's the kind of line I would take if I'm honest, but now he's going to be on the outside. Brian's going to keep that lead, or is he? No, Dyson. Someone's in the pits there, I just see. That was obviously changing off their hard tyres. I will pick that up in a minute. So Dyson does take the lead eventually through that twisty stuff. Now, can he pull away from Brian Mulcahy? What's Dyson on? He's on the medium tyres, but Brian is on the hard. So in theory, Dyson should pull away from Brian Mulcahy here, although Brian can work off a bit of slipstream here, but he's not going to have enough there against the medium tyres. So Dyson then, this is what he wanted, with obviously with Motorstorm Hero back down the field. A lot of sliding though going on here from Dyson and Brian Mulcahy, and Hodges still sitting there. He's looking pretty comfortable, isn't he? And his teammate Rossi in 4th, Paul to 5th, and Love Rocket Rod just give Paul a bit of a love kiss up the old Jaxie, the backside there from Love Rocket, and Slowpoke also in the mix in 7th. So, Love Rocket Rods then. Looking to take Paul. Paul does take a slightly slower line through there, but then cuts it and gets a bit more drive straight out the other end. So, Love Rocket Rods is the pressure from Slowpoke in 7th, and Slowpoke might have a go here, although I doubt he's going to have a go at turn 1. Looking quick, isn't he, Slowpoke here in race 2. To second gear, down to first actually, and then a quick spurt up to second for Slowpoke, so down to first through the tunnel there. Rocket Rods now, Rossi just falling back. Paul's got past Rossi and he's just falling back a little bit into the Love Rockets territory. So Love Rocket, what can he do on Rossi? Can he do a pass or get a pass done at the end here with Rossi? Rossi's obviously working off a bit of Paul slip. Love Rocket off a bit of Rossi slip. It's all pretty spread out there. Doesn't look like anybody's really going to have a move next this lot. Slowpoke then Brownie, he's coming into play in 8th. We've got a bit of a gap back then to Niggle. Remember, Niggle was he did have that 3-second penalty, however he got that, but obviously that's been taken off now, so he's down in 9th. So considering he did have that 3-second penalty, 9th place probably isn't too bad. He is on the hard tyres. We've got Seamus, who had that off, he's on the mediums in 10th. Stealth, who also had the off on mediums in 11th. Inky, a race 1 winner. He is. Niggle's in now, so Niggle's come into pit lane to come off them hard tyres. Inky looks like he's been in, had his change already, so he's done his change. He can go all the way to the end now. Remember, 14 laps round here. He's on the medium tyres, so let's watch out for Inky and see where he ends up come the end of this race. Motorstorm Hero 13th as well, and I think he's also done a bit of the Inky strategy and he's gone in with hard tyres off and put those mediums on for the remainder of this race. Brown is also in. Niggle, there he is, just coming now out. Sideways George. Probably won't get Niggle. I think Niggle will be just coming out. Yeah, he's up there in the distance, so Niggle remains in 13th. Sideways going over the line now to start lap 6 in 14th, and then Brian the Mechanic in 15th. And those medium tyres. And he's also been in and changed onto the mediums. So a few people already making their stops. This man is in the lead and also holds the fastest lap currently, a 1:51.1. Started on them medium tyres, going to run it obviously as far as he possibly can. Tyres in the fuel before having to come in. Quite half distance yet. Roger up to second, so Roger so on the mediums. Looking really good in second place. Brian Moncani third. He's going in now, but he's going to cut the lane and he's going to get a penalty for that, I would think. Anyway, Paul's up to third. That does mean he goes up to third place with Rossi fourth, Love Rocket fifth, Slowpoke sixth, and Brian Moncani did come in, but it'd be interesting to see if Brian does get a 3-second penalty because it looked like he crossed that entry line into pit lane to me. But what do I know? I just commentate. Well, I do race as well, obviously, but we'll see anyway. Seamus in 7th. Stealth goes up to 8th place. Brian Moncani still being serviced. Does Motorstorm Hero get him? I think he will. He's just coming down the final corner now, Motorstorm Hero. Although Brian's just leaving pit lane now. So let's stay with Brian and see. Let's see if he does get that penalty. Just intrigued, that's all. No, he doesn't. So, okay. There you go. That's answered my question then. It obviously gives you a little bit of slack. Must be a certain point that you get it, but obviously he was before that point, so got away with it anyway. Storm 10th, Inky 11th, Brownie 12th. All the guys back here who's all come in and done their changeover from hards onto mediums, but then all these guys up front are the medium guys, running it as far as they possibly can at the moment. So Dyson leading it from Paul, who's now just taken Odgie up the inside. Let's have a look at that pass. I think it was probably a bit of slip, yeah, through the tunnel, pulls out. It's that inside line, and down to this beautiful, wide, long left-hander. Gets the job done up the inside. Paul to second place, Hodgie to third. Rossi still there in fourth place. Love Rocket Rods behind them in fifth. See if any of these leaders come in yet. They won't, will they? Because they're all on medium tyres, to be fair. So they're going to hang it out as far as they possibly can. So there's going to be no change up here unless there's some passes going on. Certainly in terms of pit lane stops. Not yet. Slowpoke also on the medium tyres. So top six got away from the rest and they're on the medium tyres. Seamus also on the mediums, but he's obviously had that moment. He's back there in seventh. Stealth on mediums, and yeah, he's seems like he's struggling a little bit now. Look at the sun coming out now, right in the driver's eyes. Just as well, they've got well, presumably most of them have got tinted helmets, visors, so should be okay. But sun just going down now. 5 Stealth through the tunnel section. In 8th place, Brian Moncani, 9th. Storm Hero 10th, Inky 11th. And actually, Motorstorm Hero has now got that fastest lap off of Dyson, a 1:51, which I think is actually exactly a second almost quicker than Dyson. He's on slightly newer tyres though, isn't he, Motorstorm, as he now attacks Brian Moncani. He's going to surely get Brian up here through the tunnels. Had that indicator going for all the race, Motorstorm Hero, but he ain't going to be worried about that as he now has a look past Brian Moncani to get that 9th place, although not quite yet. It's just at the moment, but he should get it down here as the left-hander approaches and got that inside line. If he can get the thing stopped, he should do on those tyres. Yep, round the inside, nice move. Brian's going to hang it out there on the outside though. You cannot go through there to a side. One of them's going to have to back off. Brian did, thankfully, because that could have ended up very messy. But could have brought Inky and Brownie into play there as well. Both teammates 11th and 12th place. Having their own little battle there. Niggle in 13th. He's falling behind a little bit now, Niggle. Behind the mechanic in the 14th with Sideways, who's dropped back now to 15th place. And he's at the back of the field, Sideways George. Dyson now coming into, it was on lap 9. We are going, yeah, we're on lap 9, so it's into what, the last quarter of fuel in his tank. Obviously he's still going to run those hard tyres, so he'll be watching his gauge full also, but he's got slightly more. Got just over a quarter of a tank of fuel for him. Obviously still going to come in. Rossi having a battle here. He's got past Hodgie, actually, his teammate, but Hodgie's having to go back. Hodgie does get that 3rd place back off his teammate Rossi. Hodgie also with a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Likewise, Rossi of Rocket Rods in 5th place, under pressure from Slowpoke. Battle here, 4th, 5th, 6th place, 3rd, 4th, 5th actually. Hodgie's in there as well, isn't he? Good battle there for these 4 cars. Through the final chicane, at the start and finish to start lap 10. Great race this, great circuit as well. So yeah, all seems to have tinted visors. Love Rocket Rod with his traditional pink helmet there, the black visor, but you'll never see Love Rocket Rods without his pink helmet on. Kind of his trademark uniform. Oh, and there's a little tag there on Rossi. Oh, and let's have a look. I think there might have been a little touch from Love Rocket. I don't know. Let's have a quick look. It might be been a bit. Yeah, there was a little touch just on his rear quarter, rear bumper there. Just swung Rossi round. Love Rocket Rods, of course, being one of the originals here in the group, knows what to do. Just hangs it there, waiting on the outside, waits for Rossi to go past, obviously apologises and gets going again. So Rossi down to fifth, sorry. Love Rocket to sixth, but what it has done is pulled Slowpoke up into fourth place, chasing down Hodgie, who's in third. So it's all going on at the moment. The top end here. Of which, let's have a look at right at the top end here, and it's Dyson, our leader, and I think it could be time for him to come in. 10th lap. Looks like he's going to be staying to the left-hand side. Yes, he's popping in now. He's coming in. I think Paul will probably follow suit, or won't he? No, he's going to stay out. He's got a slightly bit more fuel, hasn't he? So Paul's going to crack on with another lap to take the lead. Hodgie also staying out, along with Slowpoke, which has dropped just about probably enough fuel to do one more lap. So Dyson dropping down a little bit now, but it does mean that these guys will move up a place. Hodgie second, Slowpoke third. Dyson just going into his pit box now, so quite a long pit lane now. Rossi also staying out, Love Rocket as well. Going to have one more lap at least here. Seamus up to sixth, Motorstorm Hero seventh, sorry, Seamus. Motorstorm Hero eighth, and Dyson does actually come out in sixth, so it took a little while for him to go into his box, but pretty quick away out. Changed tyres, bit of fuel, out in sixth place. And Seamus and Motorstorm, as I say, seventh and eighth place. Motorstorm. Again, sliding. Storm Hero, but remember he's been on these tyres for a long time, so yeah, well heated up now temperature wise, but clearly he might be a little bit more worn than some of the other guys ahead of him now, but Seamus will be under pressure from Motorstorm Hero, and I think Motorstorm's going to have a go now to get himself up to seventh place. Very close, so it is just out. Identical these cars are in this championship. Weren't much in that at all in a straight line. There's no the cars are all the same spec, all the same regulations in these cars, so should be all exactly the same. As our leader Paul now comes in, so it's time for him. In fact, all three of them, Slowpoke, Hodgie, which we suspected anyway, all coming in. I'd imagine Rossi will also come in, he does, and Love Rocket, so top five are in. Dyson, of course, has been in last lap, so he's going to regain that lead. Dyson, and of course Motorstorm Hero is now also going to get promoted up to second place, but it will be, I say, come across the line to start lap 12. So Dyson, it will be battling it out again with his nemesis, Motorstorm Hero. So first for Dyson, second for Motorstorm Hero. Paul now just exiting pit lane, comes out in third place. Ahead of Brownie in fourth. So Paul from first goes to third. Brownie is on those medium tyres, so you would think Brownie's going to have a little bit more pace than Paul. And there, obviously Paul's going to take him a good lap for his hard tyres to start to work properly, get a bit of heat in them. Already you can see Brownie has closed the gap on Paul within the space of just a few corners. So it could be a matter of time here that Brownie will take Paul. Here is the ideal opportunity, of course. So let's stick with Brownie and just see if he does make that move on Paul, although just now he's getting into about the range, but the corner's on him now and he's not going to go for that one, Brownie. Can Paul get it stopped? Well, he does go a little bit wider than normal. Brownie couldn't quite get it done. Oh, a little moment from Paul's back end. Brownie's going to have a look, but Paul shuts the door. It wasn't going to go up there to a side. We know what can happen there if he does, and Brownie still sticking behind Paul. 4th place. So these two fighting it out for that final podium place. 3rd and 4th. With a great battle here. Let's just see if Brownie does get the move done. Paul's still holding him in 3rd. What sort of drive does he get? He's looking in his mirrors, Paul. We can see him. We don't really need to look in his mirrors that much, but he's got to try and keep Brownie behind him. And Brownie just can't get up the side of him, can he? Paul's really going for it. And through the fast S's. And great driving from these two. Paul's just holding it still from Brownie, then Niggle in 5th place. And remember, Niggle had that 3-second penalty, didn't he, earlier on right at the start of the race. So he's up in a good position here with 5th place. This is the penultimate lap, isn't it? So with 1.5 laps to go, maybe he can take advantage of the battle ahead of him. If these two get tangled up, Niggle could be there to pick up the pieces. Still pulled holes off Brownie. No movement there. Slowpoke in 6th place. Hodges 7th. Brian Moncani up to 8th now. Who was that? That's Brian making a move on Hodges. Going to go to 7th is Brian. Hodgie, I think he's on the hard tyres. Brian's on those mediums. Yeah, Hodgie came in at the same time as, top 5 didn't they? So Brian breezes past G. And then up to 7th place he goes. Hodgie 8th, Inky 9th. So not quite the race he wanted, Inky. Came in early doors for his change of tyres. Hoping it might work, but not going to get a double victory here tonight. But I guess one's enough, isn't it? Love Rocket in 10th place. Could have been a lot more, but obviously lost a lot of time, track position, due to having to wait to let Rossi pass after his little get together. If that not happened, then I think Love Rocket Rods probably would have been a little bit higher up the order. Seamus in 11th, his own a bit now, sideways 12th. Rossi 13th, Brian the Mechanic 14th. These three are quite close. Stealth then 15th, not really liking this race too, is he? So I'll be glad when this one's finished, I reckon. But Motorstorm Hero has taken Dyson. It's the pass, but Motorstorm Hero then on his return on the final lap. Could he go away with victory here in race 2? Looks like he will. Dyson's on them hard tyres, isn't he? Storm Hero on those well-used mediums, and not a lot of fuel left, so car getting lighter, of course. Good enough to finish, but his return, Motorstorm Hero does pick up victory. Or he should, from this position anyway, with just a couple of corners left. Dyson obviously isn't keeping honest, isn't he? But I don't think Dyson's got enough. There's not really any passing opportunities now with just the chicane at the end, unless Motorstorm screws that up. It's going to be victory. See what can happen if you apply their power too often, but no, or too quickly, but no. All right, so Motorstorm Hero coming up round the final corner. He will take victory here in race 2 at Trial Mountain. Congratulations to him, closely followed by Dyson in second. Good race from them two. Paul will just about get that third from Brownie. Fourth, Niggle fifth. That was all pretty close there. Brian managed to get sixth in the end. Ahead of Inky, who did seventh. Hodgie eighth. Slowpoke in the end, back to ninth. We had to do a bit of fuel shaving possibly. Drop down a little bit there. Love Rocket, we know, in 10th place. Famous in 11th. Sideways George will come in 12th place. Ahead of Rossi and Brian the Mechanic. It's quite a close battle, wasn't it, in the end? So Sideways in 12th. Then this battle in Rossi, is he just about get it ahead of Brian? So Rossi 13th, Brian the Mechanic 14th. And Stealth will, we'll definitely be glad it's over, but he will come in 15th place. So that's it for all the sprint races for this championship. We have the final round coming up at St. Croix in France. And this is that will be our 50-minute enduro for the season, and will also be the final round of the season on the championship. So catch me again for that next time. Keep watching, keep smiling, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.